Hello everyone, welcome to Clarity Hub. I hope you enjoy this amazing movie. Please ensure to like and subscribe for more. Comes to youth, we think of many beautiful phrases and images: a pair of canvas shoes, a backpack, a bicycle, and the sunny smile. Of course, there's also our naive hearts. This naivety is the core of most people's youth, and also the obstacle to pursuing happiness. What would it be like if someone boldly projected their various fantasies into reality? Today's featured American comedy film, Dad's Good Son, fulfills many people's regrets about youth. The male lead is named Danny. Like many others, he is experiencing puberty and has started to develop feelings for the opposite sex. However, unlike others, his dream girl is not an alluring cheerleader, but a beautiful teacher who defies age and drives countless men crazy. Every frown and smile of him, every glance, constantly stirs Danny's hormonally charged heart. What surprised Danny the most was that he thought publicly provoking teacher Mejia would result in a severe punishment. "I didn't expect the teacher to sneak a bite of your chewed gum when no one was around, then unbutton his top button." The teacher had already noticed this bold yet charismatic boy. Just like that, when you fulfilled his biggest dream, being with the teacher. They flirted openly in the hall, sharing a special secret during the exam. They even hid behind during the student council president election, being affectionate. It's a pity they were too invested. Their secret was discovered by the whole school, and the one who made everyone's dreams come true naturally became the hero of the school. But the seller's situation took a turn for the worse. According to local laws, a few months later, the pregnant seller quickly became the focus of the courtroom. Despite the fascination surrounding this teacher-student relationship and witnessing their love, given the seller's child molestation and unrepentant attitude, he was sentenced to 30 years in prison. As for their children, custody can only be granted after you turn 18. Now, about their love story for the time being. What will Danny's life be like outside of prison? This absurd yet romantic love story captivated all of America, leading to countless invitations for her to be a guest on various shows, along with numerous publishers and film companies vying to purchase the rights to her legendary experience. Little Danny enjoys the happiness of early fame, surrounded by the wealth that follows. Time flies. Over 20 years have passed. The once reckless young man, due to a lack of financial understanding and excessive spending, has transformed from being in the spotlight to a down-and-out middle age, which seems quite normal. The issue is that due to years of unpaid taxes, if he doesn't pay off up to $43,000 by next Tuesday, he could face jail time. In the current situation, aside from selling his Lamborghini he's owned for years, the only option is to bet on this overweight marathon runner with odds of 1.8 thousand. But this is gambling, so a $20 bet could still lose. The accountant thought of his son from years ago, but his son left here when he was 18. Where could he find him back then? Seeing a boring pole dance, he suddenly saw his son in the newspaper. It turned out that his son had changed his name from Hansalo to Top Germany, falsely claiming that his parents were killed in an explosion when he was 9. With an outstanding mathematical mind, he forged his own path in the workplace, not only becoming a fund manager, but also securing a partner position. He is about to marry the beautiful Jamie, and their wedding will be at the villa of his appreciative boss. Sitting in the luxurious living room, the boss's mother is bragging about his past as a swimsuit model. But fortunately, his younger brother arrived to help everyone avoid the awkwardness. At the same time, after learning the whereabouts of his son and realizing he wouldn't help his mother, he immediately contacted the TV station. If they could film a touching episode of father and son visiting teacher Mejia in prison, it would definitely help her out of financial crisis. The question is, how can he regain his son's trust? That day, when you unexpectedly showed up at the boss's door, he panicked. Not wanting his lie to be exposed, he called you an old friend, knowing his son wouldn't forgive him so quickly, so he just went along with it. He created a story about how he saved a life after making a foolish mistake involving an allergic traffic cop. Then kind people earnestly invited the humorous Dangni to stay here. Of course, aside from him, the goal wasn't achieved. How could Dangni easily leave? He hypocritically said your mom is very ill and wants to see you. Then he became conflicted, not believing anyone who has never cared for him. Since childhood, he only knows how to trick himself with foolish acts like using oven mitts, and he fed himself large amounts of sweets, resulting in him getting diabetes at a young age. Most importantly, he is very resistant to his mother, teacher Maija, whom he has never met. Then let's settle down and relax for now. We'll just have to enter the pre-wedding party later on. With years of experience in various settings, Tani is truly in her element here. Nostalgia for the 90s, opening beer for a beauty with a belt buckle. It was soon and quickly discovered that Dang Mi was indeed the sensational star from back then in the limelight. As everyone grows to like Danny more, his situation becomes increasingly awkward. Even 2-year-old children look down on him during baseball games. Fortunately, when he used the proven tickling tactic, it finally lifted Madam's spirits. Sister, after it's over at night, one needs to find something to comfort oneself. Unfortunately, the magazines here are too serious. I turn around, and there's a photo of the boss's mother right in front of me. Then the next day, the old lady discovers the tissue paper and photo all over the floor. My main topic today is the wedding rehearsal day. When the priest mentioned his father being killed in an explosion, his people said he deserved it. Saying this in front of the priest is unacceptable. Then, encouraged by that year, he gathered his courage and fought back fiercely, resulting in winning the battle, but also damaging the long-standing relationship between Jamie's parents and the priest. As his secrets were revealed, his family was filled with resentment. Darling explained that since his father's funeral, the church has made him emotionally unstable, and after going through this, he no longer hates Danny as much. Now it's singles night, and his colleagues have carefully arranged a big health checkup. Why is there a need for quotation marks? Because this company has not grasped the essence of it. When you can't take it anymore, what happened to the promised singles night? So you head to a strip club. He says he refuses, but after a few drinks, that scoundrel says no while his body tells a different story. When the shoot ends, and you give him the earrings the seller gave him as a gift, while also taking him to find his old friend, this man who brought countless joys and humiliations to his childhood, quickly helps him find his feelings. After countless drunken antics and numerous years of delayed learning to ride a bike, the father-son relationship finally improved significantly after that memorable night. Back at the villa, the two had a second half. When Ni's boss's mother took the initiative to accompany him, he embraced the wedding dress and began to fantasize. The next day, he took the wedding dress to the dry cleaner, continuing the bond from last night. His initiative made Dang Mi accompany him to visit his mother in prison. But now, Dang Mi suddenly doesn't want him to stay here. He doesn't want to exploit his son for money, but his mother disagreed. Soon, the bias teacher appeared. After all these years, he is still so charming, the romance that shocked all of America, perhaps forgotten by many, but the bond with teacher Maija remains fresh. Just as Pad begins to reflect, a microphone suddenly falls from the sky. Now, Pad finally understands why, after so long, he suddenly seeks him out, and angrily tells him to go home and pack his things. It was very frustrating back then, but what could be done? After all, he did something so stupid. Suddenly, you hear laughter and realize it's Jamie having an affair on the phone with his boss. At the wedding rehearsal that evening, his boss just promoted him, and you run over to reveal the truth loudly. Jamie quickly explained that the person on the phone was a reporter preparing to cover their wedding, and he just wanted to give him a surprise, so no one was willing to believe Danny. But Danny didn't trust what this woman said. He secretly followed the car to the hotel, and after climbing through the window, he finally reached Jamie's room. Sure enough, there was an affair. The bride and groom shouldn't be together before the wedding. Who is the man in that bed? Just when you are confidently ready to unveil the truth, he was shocked to find out that Jamie's under him was actually his own brother. Seeing that pleading was useless, Jamie recklessly said that he wouldn't believe anything. What else can you say? If it weren't for me, would the boss promote him? You don't want to ruin his happiness, right, Ara? So it seems that the matter between Jamie and the boss is true. Wow, this girl is something. In the end, Annie decided to trust Jamie's words and returned home resolutely with the 50,000 yuan hush money. Suddenly he found the gift his son had given him for being the best man in his luggage. It was from the morning after the bachelor party, a toy he used to play with his son. He had kept it all this time, convinced he couldn't let his son marry someone like that. He quickly borrowed a friend's car and rushed to the wedding. After a wild ride, the car was about to break down, but luckily he reached just in time before he had to express his feelings. Then he earnestly said, "Son, you cannot marry that foul woman." The father-son relationship revelation shocked the audience. But this is not the final reveal. But when you tore out the beautiful check and revealed the incestuous relationship between the siblings, the audience was stunned. The priest was so angry that he wept while waving his sleeves, and the black brother cursed in disgust. Now, he finally understands that his father meant well, not deceiving him. He publicly announces his return to his original name and resigns. After the wedding, local friends comforted him, but in the US, strange things happened, and this little issue quickly faded away. Moreover, he has a strong connection with the server here, so many good things may happen very soon. However, when you rejected your son's money, he said he should take responsibility for his actions. Once teacher Mijak gets out of prison, we'll be together as a family. Suddenly, his lawyer rushed over to show him the TV. It turned out that he had casually bet $20 on a marathon underdog, who became the biggest surprise of the race. As he kept overtaking opponents, he finally reached the finish line first. 20 yuan times 8,000 is 160,000. Now you'll never fear bankruptcy again. This episode focuses on the movie Dad's Good Son. Ojo 27 ends here. If you liked it, like, follow, and share. I am Weekend. See you next time.